Greetings, Minecrafters, Nonsanity here, and welcome to episode 4 of our Primus Unabridged server play. It may look familiar. I've just recorded a couple other intros and exits, but this is now live, so let's get started. Yeah. Alright, let's head on in here. A lot of stuff has been happening since the last episode. Mostly just building things. Ignore the armor stand, I was just doing stuff. You'll see some new things here in the room. Probably the most prominent is this, a mechanism teleporter frame. It's hooked up to power underneath. And if we open it up here, I've got it set with a name. And in my inventory, I have a portable teleporter. So if I right-click it, I can choose to go there, and I'm there. So this let me do, I needed to make this real quick just so that I could go exploring far, far away and not have to worry about coming back again. So I've got this to just pop back when I need to. Not sure if it works cross-dimensionally. I haven't tested that. I think it does, but maybe it doesn't. I don't know. It's just a temporary one. I'd rather use the RF tools, but I needed more ender pearls to make that. And I'm starting to get ender pearls from this thing over here. These bags often come with ender pearls. There, you just got 2 more, which is very nice. And I had to expand this thing for all these potions I'm getting. Keep the chain leggings and that. Gold bar put in there, and I will smelt the gold coins down into nuggets. I'm getting lots of nuggets that way. But I'm now up to 16 ender pearls. I got a whole stack of ender pearls. Very good. Another new feature I just made, because somebody mentioned this, is from Z-Tones, the Ophanix, which if you right-click, creates cobblestone. So I don't have to carry around a stack of cobblestone with me, though if I start using it and picking it back up again, I'll be getting cobblestone. But the other thing is, if you're not aimed at anything, and you crouch right-click, it gives you a crafting table. So it's not the greatest crafting portable crafting, but it works. The last thing I've done is the inscribers. I had the crystals growing over here. They finally grew up. I also took a long trip and used this to get back, and I found a sky stone, a meteor. It was pretty cool. Let me show you a picture of it. It was stuck in the side of this cliff. Pretty awesome. There's no crater or anything. It was rather strange. I've never seen one like that. But I climbed up there and dug into it and got these, found the chest and found the last of the 4 presses that you need. It was the silicon press, what I didn't have. The other 3, Sace had gotten from one of the nearby meteors. And I duplicated them. If you put it in here and then put a block of iron, it'll turn that block of iron into a copy of the press. So I copied his 3 and returned them, and then I made a copy of my silicon and put it in his chest, so he's got all 4 as well. As does anybody else that wants to copy me, either from him or from me. So these are getting powered from behind. There's no automation. They're not really hooked up to these hoppers. And I've made some silicon, which is just taking sand in the pulverizer. That's another reason I needed the pulverizer. Stick a piece of silicon in here, and it compresses it down to a printed silicon. That is as far as I've gotten in applied energistics, but I will be making up all the parts. Let's see, it's applied. So I'm going to make an ME drive, so I need some diamonds to make those. I'm going to need to make some more Fluix crystals. We've just I'd updated the pack today, so we should have AE2 stuff, yes. Crystal growth chamber. Gotta make that. That'll make these it'll be much faster to grow the crystals instead of tossing them in the pool. It takes power. What you can do with just these things, the crystal growth accelerators, and you can surround a block on all 6 sides with them for maximum speed, but then it's hard to get in and out. So usually people leave one open, and then you still might get picked up with a magnet. So doing it with this thing, it works it as a GUI, and just a lot cleaner that way. So I will probably go about making that, which means a lot of fluics. So it takes 4. Back? Well, my back button doesn't work. We upgraded, so some of my key bindings have changed. So, do I have an intermittent? No, I just have just blaze. So I'll be doing that. I'll be working up all the applied energistic stages to, let's see, what's the drives recipe? It's been a while. So it just needs Certus quartz and, oh, okay, it doesn't need charge. Okay. For that, I thought it wasn't changing. So I've got a stack of regular. I've also got a stack of charge now. I went and, where did I put them? Oh yeah, they're over here. They can only be powered from the bottom, so just looking around for a place where I had a cable and space above it. So I, have these two here. Again, not automated, just powered. I'm not doing any automation quite yet. I'll tell you my philosophy for starting a pack, one of these kitchen sink packs in particular with lots of tech. If you imagine tech trees for each mod, as you have to build this, and then that lets you build the next things, and the next things, and these trees branching outward from the starting point. And each mod adds its own tech tree. What I do is I pick out what branch I want to get to, and then I run along the direct line to that, hopping from mod to mod to get close as I can in the fewest number of steps. Once I get to the things that I really want to have, then I can start going back and fleshing out each mod. So this is just the way I start. Enderman to upgrade, to Ardite. I just went straight with the atomic disassembler. Alright, so I'm going to be doing that. See anything else interesting over here? No? I made a chunk loader with one of my ender pearls. That doesn't keep this thing running, but mobs do spawn in there and they get ground up. So I was getting like regular mob drops in here as well. Another ender pearl. That's definitely how I'm getting my ender pearls right now. Oh, didn't go in. That's right. It's full up now. I need more storage space. And another potion. Oh, another potion. So I guess AE is the next step, because I'm just really getting tight with storage here. And I can start upgrading all these to these things, but it's not much better. So I think it's time to do AE. So let me get started crafting these guys. All by hand for the moment. I'll automate it later, but for now I just want to barrel through and get to where I want to get to. A really basic ME system. Alright, I am getting down to the final pieces here. Need that. I need a piece of regular quartz. To get those. And then these, and what was the other? Ah, those. That gives you that terminal. And this with a crafting table. And another calculation processor, which is this one, right? Yes. So I need a pure Certus there. Put that back. Take that out. Oh. That one is pulling out the silicon. Don't know why the other one wasn't, but this one was. Oh, I had a bunch. I forgot I had a bunch. Stuff! Alright, so all we've got here is behind this drive is an energy acceptor, and it's connected to the cable that's behind this guy. Up here I made that crystal growth chamber from AE2 stuff. Can't get a recipe for that? Strange. AE2 stuff. There it is. So 6 of these crystal growth chambers, hopper, chest, glass. So I need a bunch of the fluix. May need to make the quartz glass, which is certus and glass. And these things, which are the fluix blocks, which is 4 fluix. Piece of cable. The drive itself, I gave it 3 4Ks and 4 1Ks. So this is the whole things we have a bunch of, and these are things we only have a little bit of, and it should sort itself out pretty well. So now I should just be able to dump all this in there. I think I've got enough room for all this stuff. Alright, everything is in the AE system, including even more, couldn't scroll there, even more stuff that I got from the digital miner. I can see somebody off in the distance there, I think that's Sace. And I had to make 2 more drives, but it all fits now. I took some of the things I got a lot of, or really don't need and have many of, and left them out here. Sort of rearranged this wall. Few new things over here. I forget if I had the metallurgic diffusers, just more of those. But I got these 4 over here, and a EnderIO reservoir back behind, wrenched so that it's outputting water to the rotary condenser here and the glacial precipitator. I made an alloy smelter because I wanted to make dark steel. I made the chemical injection chamber because I wanted to make clay out of dirt. Put dirt in here with the water vapor, which is being made from the water in the rotary condenser, and it makes clay. And there just wasn't much clay left in the world, so I'm making up a good collection of it. Plus, I wanted to use bricks for some building. The only other new thing up here is this, the combiner. I've never made one of these before. And basically, I decided that I wanted flight for rebuilding my house. And for some reason, I decided to go with the flux-infused jet plate. Because I'm already wearing the fluxed armor. I thought adding the jet to it would be a good idea. This recipe is hellishly complicated. It needs gelid cryotheum and all sorts of other stuff. So for the gelid cryotheum, I needed to make the snowballs. Because if we, let's see, go bring that back up again, just to explain why. Gelid cryotheum needs cryotheum dust. For that you need blizz powder, and I hadn't encountered a blizz. But if you take snowballs and infuse them with redstone, you get blizz powder. So I can make that. It requires some liquid glowstone, so I went back to the nether and got more. And it requires lots and lots of EnderIO. Tons of it. And that means ender pearls and shiny metal. Now, the shiny and platinum ores are disabled in the overworld for some reason. If we look up shiny here, get the shiny, pulverized shiny, and you look to see where it's made from, there is supposedly a shiny ore that is in the overworld. I've seen it before in other packs, and another shiny ore. But you can't get this shiny ore anywhere. If you try and ask it, you can get it from a laser drill. But in the world, from 7 to 22, you can only get the nether shiny ore. Because I've set my digital miner out, and maybe if it's biome specific or something, but I couldn't find any of this. But I took the digital miner to the nether, and I did find some. So that solved that problem. The other problem was ender pearls. I wasn't getting enough from the blaze farm, so it's now an enderman farm. I found this in the bottom levels of the rogue dungeon. which wasn't too exciting because I don't run through the hallways and get attacked by all the mobs. No, I go a little safer. I dig around the rooms and dig in and then look to see where things are that I want. And then I found the room with the Enderman spawner, which was in the middle, sort of like it is here. And then I dug down and underneath and cardboard boxed it from below. And then I plugged the hole with a piece of rock after one zombie fell in on top of me, and I had to kill him. Unfortunately, it looked like the server, well, not the server, it would probably just be my network connection, so it's probably my Wi-Fi again. My Wi-Fi goes bad for a little while every now and then. And this one's full. And what happened was the block that I placed and then started walking away got unplaced. A zombie must have been falling through it at the time my placement reached the server, and the server said, no, you can't place a block there. There's a zombie in the way, even though I couldn't see it. And then sent me the information about the zombie coming down through the hole, walking over to me and hitting me 3 times. None of which I saw. And then all of a sudden it all gets to me. The block goes away, and the zombie hits me 3 times. Like, pa 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 pa. I killed him, tried to block it up again, same problem, the lag, latency, whatever it was that was causing that delay. And just 3 or 4 zombies like this, and even this armor couldn't handle it, and I got my second death. Alright, that's just a, even though I was playing it safe, and it was a bit of a glitchy network issue, alright, I'll take it. I went back to my gravestone, though, and my armor did not come out of it. Neither did my knapsack. So everything I had in the knapsack and all the armor, gone. There is a known issue with the knapsack in the past. Supposedly it's not a problem anymore. I had a lot of tools in there. I didn't have anything irreplaceable or really difficult to make. So, alright. But the armor, these 3 pieces, I remade the long fall boots, but the 3 yellow pieces I had of flux armor, I probably could have made it all again, but I just had that spawned back in because that seems to be a bug, that the armor is not saved. Because everybody else seems to have been getting their armor back. I don't know why that time the flux armor didn't come back. And I tried using the restore command, the open blocks inventory restore command. That just erased everything. So yeah, I had to bring that back in. Hate having to do that, but sometimes bugs cause problems. We also had a problem with pistronics. Somebody tried to make the pistronics gear, which is taking a piece of plank, which I don't have any in here. I should make some more. No, there's some. You place a plank in the world and then click it with a pistronic saw and it turns it into a gear. Then you pick up the gear. I guess right as Sace did that, he crashed. And when he tried to log back in, well, not crashed, it knocked him offline. And when he tried to log back in again, the same thing happened. So we had to take out the pistronics. The clients still have it, but the server doesn't. And the mod seems to handle that correctly for once. So everybody didn't have to take it out of their clients. So no pistronics for the moment until we can test that and see what's going on. But the next step, I think, is to make an expansion to the house. So for that, I'm going to be using these materials. This large bricks from Minefactory Reloaded and concrete from Railcraft. And if we go up here, I turn on my jetpack, whee, you can see I've already started laying out the boundary. I did that with just the wood from the trees I chopped down and the Olphanix cobblestone, just to figure out the shape of it and how I wanted to fill this corner. And over here you can see a chunk of the wall and a little bit of the decoration I'm going to be doing on the pillars using microblocks. I can show you how that's going to work. Let me build up the next layer here. And then there and there. Then we have the vertical corner cuts, just like that. You can see why flight was important to me for doing this. Oops. Oh man, but oh, this is, what is this? I think it was on normal. Let's go fast. There we go. Whoa, that's fast too. And you can see how you build it up like that from little pieces. And that's going to be about 1 story high, and then there'll be 2 layers horizontal, and then another floor here. And then I'll have a peaked roof in the front, I think, but only for this section back to here. The back area will be an extra story tall, and there'll be like a tower over in this corner that'll be even taller. This section will be a shorter tower that'll come up from the ground down there up to here, with the waterfall being part of it. And this rectangle here will be lower, and it'll be like a deck, maybe about this high or so. Haven't quite decided yet. So it's not the cobblin wood that the rest of the town is, but it's still not going totally futuristic. It's just a little bit more industrial. And with all the little details I'll be adding using Microblocks, it'll look rather like industrial Gothic. Quick little shot of the big reactor in progress. Well, I took another trip to the Nether, so now I can make, oops, this, because it needs some nether wart. Oh, I also just made all the RF tool stuff to make some dimensions. I'm just going to save those for later. I'm going to put them over here in the project chest, because I'm going to take out these things. I'll put those in. I'll do that a little bit. But first, I've got Auto-Spawner because I've got a safari ball with a wither skeleton. So I can make a separate room or just reuse this one. Well, let's make another one below it. Let's see, what do we got down here? I got the power line. I can move that. Yeah, let me dig out another room and I'll be right back. Okay. Let's show you what I got here. First, let me go down sideways because I want to show you this. This is the big reactor. I had some problems with storage. I don't know what was going on my computer. It was saying I didn't have any room left when I actually had like hundreds of gigs, over 100 gigs. So got that fixed. Now I can record again. I did that one little snippet when I started this. It's only, what, 3 tall. You can't see the third. No, it's 4 tall, so there's 2 on the inside. So each of these stacks has 2 fuel rods for a total of 18 fuel rods. Well, not 18 fuel rods, but 18 fuel rod blocks. And that's, yeah, 9 rods, 2 each. And that can produce a little over 5, and I think about 5.5, I think, when it's fully running. I've got this set up over here. This is a redstone port set to output energy, or when active while below 90%. So when the buffer is less than 90%, it lights this up. And over here, it's set to toggle reactor on and off, set from signal. So when it's below 90%, it turns itself on. Very simple. It does mean it bounces up and down when it's getting only a little bit of power usage. But it's still fairly fuel efficient because while when it turns on, it's using fuel, it's heating up, it's not producing as much heat. But then when it turns off, it continues to produce heat and energy. So, I don't know if it is 100% as efficient, but It works, and that's all I'm really worried about. I've gone through 7 cyanide ingots since I turned it on. And I got almost 2 stacks still, so plus whatever another stack that's going to be in here. And I used EnderIO for the coolant. And I actually put a block in every space. So there's 16 blocks, I think, around it. Because I'll be using it later when I expand this. As I'll always use EnderIO as the outer layer of coolant. When I've got more room for more coolant, I'll use cryothium. But for this simple starter reactor, this was good enough. And that's feeding out to this... oh, it's only the basic energy cube. I should switch this up for a higher tier that holds more. Where is my higher... I thought I had a... Oh, this is the higher tier. It's purple. Green is basic. I don't know why Wayla is getting it wrong. But no, this is the highest tier. Which let me charge up my jet plate for the first time the other day. I'll let that charge up the rest of the way. And I stuck a tesseract down here. So this is what's powering the tesseract now instead of the water wheel. Not that anything's hooked up to it at the moment, but I need to go set up my digital miner again because I need diamonds. So I will be doing that a little bit later. But first, oh, there, just shifted out ingots. So it must be, it's turned itself on again here. Because I'm draining it for my power usage. So there, yeah, 5.6 kilo RF per tick. So 5,500. This should be full. Yep, there we go. But now if I turn around, we'll have our next project room. It is this. The antiseptic mob spawning chamber. I went with the white anti-blocks and laboratory blocks, because I don't think mobs can spawn on anti-blocks. I'm not entirely sure. Didn't want to make it completely white. And I'm going to be doing a different design. So I've got some tunnels underneath and connecting these spaces over here. And I got a project chest. So let's get all the stuff out of the project chest. I went and made a bunch of conduits. There we go. From EnderIO. We've got energy, the top tier. We've got fluid, top tier. An item, top tier. And insulated redstone. I also have 2 pieces of uninsulated redstone conduit. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a grinder in each of the 4 corners because they do a 5 by 5 area. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it covers this whole corner. So 4 of them will cover all 4 corners. You don't need any conveyor belts or any fans or anything else. And it'll possibly be a little bit faster too, as if it's not killed by one, because if it's right on the border, it can be killed by more than one. So the first thing I should do is put down one of each of these 3. So there's all 3 in that block of power, items, and fluids. And I've got my grinders here. I'm going to put the grinder like that. So they're all hooked up. This space behind, I made some travel anchors. Let's go ahead and just put those down right now. That way, if for some reason I need to get to any of these devices, I can stand on this one and hop to the others. I don't have to build tunnels around the whole thing. And then to light this room up, instead of those torches, I've got vibrant quartz glass from Applied Energistics. And I'm going to surround, let's see, put down this one now. Whoop. That was strange. That one. There we go. And this is the, let's see. go in that way. Put this one down. There we go. So that lights the room up. I can get rid of these torches. That gives us a very clean look to the place. I like it. So let's hop down underneath and take a look at what we got down here. Got a whole bunch of little hallways spiraling around here. So, 3 cables attached to the one machine. Let's look at here. We've got 3 tabs. We've got item, we've got fluid, and we've got power. Power can leave the way it is. Item, we're going to say extract, always active. So this is going to take any of the drops that the grinder gets and send them out. And fluid is also going to be extract, always active, because it's going to be generating mob essence. So now, bring down that piece again. I can just start laying them all out. I found it's a little bit easier to do. Well, I guess it'd probably be easier to lay them out like this. And come back and add the next layer. Power is going to come from the big reactor. I've already attached some cable here. I put that's the big reactor up there. I put another reactor tap on the bottom. And is it the bottom? Yeah, it's the bottom. And I'm feeding it out over here. So that will power everything. And run it over to this grinder. And that one needs it. There we go. And we'll also need power for the mob spawner, which will be here in the middle. So connect that up. Alright. Now items. Do not need items going to that. It'll have its own item pipes in the future here. Don't miss any of these when if you do this, because it's very easy to forget. Like, do I have an item? Yeah, I have item there, but I don't have item there. So now it's connected. Oop. And now, like this, they're all green too, which is, I guess, because they're all top tier. Okay, don't need to have item that way. Do need it. Oh. Do need it up there. And then it comes like this. Item goes like that, and fluid. So that's connected now. Comes here and goes up there. So the fluid goes up there, item comes around and goes up that side. That looks good. Now, well, we'll do the next part in a bit. For now, we're just going to go up here. So, oh, we did forget something. Or I forgot something. You didn't forget. Maybe you even remembered. I need to set up the configurations for all of these guys. Not that one. All right, do this one first. If I can see it. I can't see it. There we go. Extract always on for items. Fluid. Extract always on. There we go. Do it for this one and the other one. Can't get up there. Okay. Put that back. Just have to be the way we do it. Break it. Oh. Good enough. Just need to be able to reach them. Nope. Where's the other one? Oh, it's fluid? Oh, yeah, fluid is... No? Wait. Power. Where's my power? Somewhere I lost the power. Let me find it. I'll be right back. There they are. Somehow they managed to pop up above the floor. Keep that in mind. Put them back over here. Power. There we go. And then I did that one over there already. So all 4 of them should be set up. So actually the system should work, except we don't have the spawner here. So let's drop that down. So that's getting power now, so it'll work if you give it some essence. And over here, oh, I do need to connect the essence. Hold on. That's why I have the extra essence pipes. Bang, bang, bang. And we say the fluid is insert. Alright, so that'll insert fluid into it. It's got a little bit. There must have been on some of the machines. We can give it more by going up. And right here, this conduit, we give it a barrel of mob essence. And I'm going to stick 2 extras on top of it, like that. And we're going to put a diamond chest here to collect the drops. Let's go back down. Come on. Yeah, this is it. So there's the drum, and we want to both in and out, and auto extract. Yeah. So basically it's going to put essence in there, but if it needs it somewhere else, it'll pull it out. And this, we're going to do an insert. So that's where all the drops will go. Now the system is fully working. Ready to go. This is working. It has essence. These are working. They don't have essence, but they will get it and pipe it off to the drum as they generate. So I could put a Safari net in here right now and start making exact copies, yes, because this is a skeleton, but it's a wither skeleton. So exact copies will be more expensive and slower, but it'll give me wither skeletons. But I don't want to have to come in here and load it up. So let's do something a little bit more fun. What we're going to do is take an item conduit on there. Let's set that up. This is going to be in and out. Insert is fine. Extract redstone active with signal. And it's important that this one is active with signal. That means when this insulated redstone that I'm now connecting to it is powered, it will extract whatever is in here into the item pipe. And if this redstone is dark, it will leave whatever's in there in there. So now we can run this item pipe back this way. Let's see. That's what I want to do. Yes. And the redstone I have to make a hole to get out. So there, the redstone's going to come up here, and this last piece is going to be uninsulated. And we're going to put a lever on the wall right here. So if I knock this piece out here so you can see it, it lights up the conduit. Alright, so we can close that bit of wall up. And now I've got this chest I painted white. A regular chest with a bit of bone meal gives you a white chest. I thought it would match the room. And I didn't want a huge amount of space, so I really only need like 2 slots. And control this one. This one will also be in and out. But this one we're going to reverse it to be off. And we need to also hook it up to the lines like that. So, if we take this and put it in here, off it goes, and it's now in the, let's better clear up, it's going to start spawning soon. It's now in there, and it's powering up. But if I flip the switch, it comes back. Switches down, it's over here. Switches up, it's over in there. So now we can easily turn the whole system off and have a chest full of safari balls here and swap out the one we want. So now it's, where did I get an extra piece? It seems to be working without it, so I guess I don't need it. There's always an extra piece. Cover these up with some painted facades that look like laboratory chisel block. Did anything die? Probably not, because it's going to take a while for the first wither skeleton to appear. As you can see from my hearts, I've got 1 heart canister. I managed to get a heart from something. What did I kill? I think I killed a wither skeleton. And I got a heart. There was the first one. So the drops should be over here. There they are. Bone and necrotic bone. And this is going down. And it's going down pretty fast. So what I'm going to have to do is connect it to the output from this. And I went ahead and I stacked both spawners together here. And someone commented in the, reminded me in the comments that this pack does have Greg's lighting. And it's changed since even Daybreaker. It now has 1 floodlight that requires water and a type of fuel of some sort, which is probably a pain to power. And this one just takes like 8 blocks of glowstone, but it's unpowered. And I find that that's just more convenient as far as piping goes. You know, I used up almost all my redstone, glowstone to make 2 of these. I can turn them on and off and light up the whole room pretty thoroughly with just 2. And I wrenched this so that it's in strong redstone signal mode, which lights up this block, which lights up the block, so I don't have to run the cable down here and block my passage. Because back here I also set up something yesterday. There's lava under this block, and there's water underneath this hardened cache. There is a bit of a cover here just to keep this transfer node from attaching to the cache. Instead, it's generating based on lots of speed upgrades and a world interaction upgrade. It's making cobblestone and sticking it up here. And the Steve's Factory Manager is compressing it in the usual way. First compression, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth. And the setup for these is a trigger as it is. Input, you pick the chest, and the item is cobblestone, this first one. In the next one, it would be compressed, and then in this one will be double compressed, etc. Then in the crafter, you use whatever that material is, double compressed, and all these slots get triple. You do have to tell it override is in the diamond chest, not that it matters in this case, and then output diamond chest. Those are only things you need to set. You just need to set them for all the different materials. Very simple cobble gen. And I've already taken a couple of sextuples, getting ready to make some bigger drums, the bedrockium drums, but I'm out of diamonds, so I'm going to have to go and take care of that. But yeah, I'm going to have to pipe from here down and it looks like it's pretty well aligned. I'll probably pipe it across there. Oh, get my jetpack on. Yeah, so that's its power coming down. If I switch that over to Ender power, I could also do fluid transfer and then take that down, probably right down here. Yep, that's pretty good. And I'll connect to these drums down here. I will do that. But first I'll have to make some more fluid conduit, I think. So how are we doing for drops? What I want is a couple of wither skulls, so I can make the wither and get a division sigil and a nether star, and yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. So I think this may be enough for this episode. I've got a lot. I may even have too much. I'll have to see what I've got. Oh yeah, and this was the painter from EnderIO. You put what block you want the facades to look like, and you make the facade. There it is, conduit facade. Just more of the binder that you use for making the all the cables, which is gravel, sand, clay, and more gravel. Gives you 8 of these. Each of these, I think, gives you 8 binders, so you can get lots of those. And then print it to make it look like whatever you want. Alright, I see Psy up there. Alright, well, this is Nonsanity then, signing off. Take care, be good, and see you next time.